I'm interesting. One time, my friend and I played this comedy club that was downtown where I live, and at midnight, it turned over into a dance club on the weekends. And so after our late show, we went back to the green room, expecting we would probably get a little high, right, in the green room, and then we'd go get some food. That's our normal thing. And we got back there, and the manager said, hey, you guys can't smoke pot here because it's going to be an operating speakeasy, and so that's double indemnity. We can't have you smoke pot here. You're going to have to leave. And we're like, what the fuck? And then a woman just appeared out of nowhere. She was just in the room. And she said, I heard you guys want to get high. Follow me to the service elevator. I'll take you to street level, get you baked in the alley. And we were like, this is great. Okay. But I was like, why do I recognize this person? Maybe it's because I live here. Maybe I've seen them in passing. And then as we got to the elevator, it occurred to me, oh, I know who that is. That's Mary Kay Letourneau. If you don't know who Mary Kay Letourneau is, she was infamous in the Pacific Northwest. She was a elementary school teacher who molested one of her students. And then she went to prison, as she should have. But they continued their relationship, and then she got pregnant while in prison by that student. And then he got her out of jail early so they could get married, and then they raised their child together, and that man who was her husband then grew up to be a DJ who played in this fucking club on the weekends. And as the elevator door opens, I grab my friend and I go, hey, we can't get on with her. That's Mary Kay Letourneau. She's a child molester. And he said, well, I think we're safe. And then we got high with Mary Kay Letourneau. Interesting, not relatable. This is the body I've been given, and I'm not going to do anything about it now. Because I'm 55 and I've never been to a gym, and I don't plan on dying in a gym. So it's just what I got. And I gotta, everybody's always like, you gotta love your body. Hey, fuck you. You love your body, okay? I drove this thing like I stole it. I'm naked every day, and I don't look. I don't need to. Every time I leave the house, I don't turn around and get a good look at it. I know, I live there. I get it. I'm paying the mortgage. But I caught myself coming out of a shower at a hotel recently, and full body mirror across from the bathroom, and I was like, oh, no. I now look like if yogurt had bones in it. Like if a nut allergy made a wish to be a real boy, and it came true. I like you a lot. You're my favorite person. I decided to go swimming a couple weeks ago. The weather's getting a little nicer. I live very close to a lake. Before spring, the lake's still pretty cold, but it's not the worst. And if I get there early, no one else will be there. So I got to the lake around 7 a.m. because I just was like, I'm going to go out 40 yards. I'm going to hover a little bit. I'm just going to get some cool morning air. I'm going to tread water. I'm going to listen to nature. And I'm just going to center for a little bit. Get out of this whole anxiety-ridden, constant thrum of doom scrolling. I'm going to go in the water and be in nature. And so I got out about 40 yards, just enough that my little pig feet didn't touch the sand at all. And I'm keeping myself afloat because I'm buoyant. And then I hear a splash from a previously empty beach, and I pivot around to see another person aggressively swimming towards me. And all I can think is, oh God, my nightmare is coming true. A person wants to talk. And they get very close to me, and they start treading water, and it's an older woman, and she says, "Whew, oh, it is so cold out here." And I said, yeah. That's how lakes work. And then she says, that's good for people our age. And I went, all right, okay. And then she said, you got to do a cold plunge every couple of days. You know, it's good, keeps your memory fresh, keeps your skin rejuvenated. You know, you got to get up there, you got to get up early and do a little cold plunge. And I said, oh, okay, well, that sounds great. And then she said, I didn't see your kids. Are they here? And I said, you must have me mistaken with someone. I have no children. And she said, that's funny. I chose not to have any. For this world is not for children. The fuck did you just say? She says, you know, I don't know if you read your Bible or not. And I was like, oh no. And, but before I could say anything, out of nowhere, a dragonfly the size of an air fryer appeared out of nowhere and 9/11 this woman in the fucking head. Flew out of nowhere and just fucking domed her right in the skull and just building 7'd her right in the temple and she screamed and swam back to shore. And now I believe in God. You don't know when a religious awakening is going to happen. You got to be open to it. Hosanna.